Hi. How you doing?
Are we recording?
We are.
I don't like that.
No clicky.
Yeah, we have a new way of starting the recording process, and I don't care for it.
I mean, we could add it to the end.
Add what to the end?
The silence part.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Because I don't like you.
Lazy.
Welcome to the Two Tunes Podcast.
Lazy bum over here.
Yeah, whatever.
Hang on, I got to do some Googling about my people.
Do you want me to pause and stop again?
Yeah, I do.
No.
No, we can
Yeah.
power through here. So I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do this. Okay, so back in the day, I've never had Netflix, but I've had access to Netflix.
Okay.
So I've had friends who had it. So 2015-ish, the Marvel stuff
Yeah,
comes
the TV.
out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I watched Daredevil season 1,
Yep.
right? That was the first
Great.
one that came out. Really loved it. Watched Jessica Jones.
Yep. Great.
Started season 2 of Daredevil whenever that came out.
Uh-huh.
But like at a friend's house, like just kind of watched apparently more than I thought.
Okay.
I'll say that. I thought I had seen maybe the first episode, maybe the first 2 at max. Apparently I'd seen the first maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
But anyway, then throughout the years, whatever, watched Jessica Jones season 2 and season 3.
Yep.
But that's it. Never finished all of Daredevil. Never seen Luke Cage or Iron Fist. Never seen Defenders.
Okay.
Or The Punisher show. Never seen any of those.
Okay.
Basically, only saw 4 total seasons of all of the seasons of those things that were
Yes.
there. So now it's all on Disney Plus. Has been for
Yeah.
a bit, maybe a year or 2. They recently put out the trailer for the new Daredevil show.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? I should go back and watch the Daredevil seasons at least.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm kind of caught up for, because it counts, right? It's like sort of, it's canon.
You should also watch, what's the other show? Echo?
Oh, I saw Echo. I've
Yeah.
seen all the new stuff. I've
Okay.
seen all the new Disney Marvel things.
But I'm just thinking like of things that are connected.
Yeah, and Hawkeye, and
Is she in there?
I don't know, but Kingpin's in that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where they introduce Echo, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was like, I'll go back through. So I was sick last week. So I was like, all right, today's the day I'm going to start Daredevil, because I'm just like laying on my couch, not feeling great. So worked my way through Daredevil season 2. It's good. And again, this is when I realized I've seen more of this than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought I maybe saw episode 1, but I had definitely seen the episode where the Punisher shows up, and that's like episode 2.
Okay.
And then as I'm watching this, I'm like, apparently I've seen episode 3, and
Did you
apparently episode
rewatch
4 and episode
season
5.
1?
No, I was like, I remember season 1 enough.
I
Right.
rewatched it.
Nah, I was like, I just want to get new stuff. So I watched that. Then I watched Punisher season 1, because I was like, well, I like his character. Let me see his arc in the season 1 of that. And now I was like, you know what? I'll watch Defenders. It's only 8. I'll watch it. I heard it's terrible, but I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Because everything else is like 13 episodes. That was like their whole thing. Everything is like 13 episodes, which I don't agree with. Just make it what you need to make it.
Yeah.
Because some of them get a little long. So now I'm working my way through Defenders. It's fine.
Did you
It's all right.
watch?
Not going to watch Luke Cage.
Iron Fist.
Not going to watch Iron Fist.
Iron Fist is bad.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
So I do hear that Luke Cage is good.
Luke Cage is
Especially,
good.
I just saw a Twitter thing where they're like, man, this season 2 is great. And one of the creators was like, yeah, you should have seen what we had for season 3. It was going to be even better. So I might go back and watch Luke Cage.
Luke Cage is good.
Because I do hear that is good.
I heard, who was it? Mark Bernardin. He's a writer. Hangs around with Kevin Smith.
Okay.
Does Fat Man Beyond. He's like, I never wanted to punch somebody in the face more. And he's like, he just wants to, like, every time that like Iron Fist would get punched, he'd be like, yeah. It's like, you're not rooting for the hero.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's such a bad character. Which he kind of would give he gave his like, well, it should be this. And his version of it was so much better.
Yeah.
Because also, like, what is it? Danny something?
Danny Rand.
Yeah, Danny Rand. So yeah, it's a white character, but he's like, they should have just like made him Asian.
There is an Asian version.
Yeah, but they should like,
That's, like, newer
in
in
his
the
thing. It's like
comics.
it should have been this, and he goes away, and then he comes back, and it's like it's like an, I forget what he put down, but like his version was like much better. Where it's just like,
I mean, but the original comic, it was a white guy and
Yeah.
whatever, and they're following that and whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I've been digging this stuff, and even like Defender so far, I'm like, yeah, I'm into this. I don't the villain. Have you seen it? I don't want to like.
yeah, I believe so.
Okay, the villain being the hand again. Like I guess that was one of the major complaints.
Well,
at
that was the whole
time,
thing.
too.
It was kind of like,
And I know
supposed
there's
to-
like a dragon thing and whatever that's like buried in New York and something.
yeah, some of those things don't get,
Yeah,
in
it's
line.
a little
and
but
it's,
I'm like, it's schlocky entertainment. It's good enough. And there's fights and fight choreo's good and
oh yeah,
yeah.
it was,
I just got to the episode. It's like episode 3 where the 4 of them actually like fight together.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Like those 4 shows were supposed to be like, this is the Avengers for
Yeah,
TV.
street level,
Yeah.
Marvel Knights, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. My only complaint is the 13 episode thing on the main ones just feels too long in general.
Gotcha.
Like it feels like you're stretching to get that far. Because also I was like, as I was watching Punisher, I was like, is this only 8 maybe? And then I like got to episode 8 and I'm like, nope, there's more. And then I looked and I was like, yeah, 13. Okay. Again, it just feels like it stretches out a little bit. So, but I'm gonna finish Defenders, and then I'm gonna watch probably Punisher season 2 and then Daredevil season 3, and then that'll be it. And like I said, I might go back to Iron Fist, or not Iron Fist, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've finished the second. There's a lot, like I fell off
Yeah.
at some point. When
Yeah.
I think when they're like, yeah, we're going to stop it. But
When I
really
had
the
to
shows-
remember, I'm like, did I see all 3 seasons of Jessica Jones? And I did. It's because my ex really liked that character. And I did too. And I liked that show. And so we made a point when we were still dating and stuff. And I think probably even like during COVID, like pandemic, like, not pandemic, but like quarantine times, like when you had to just be home, we were like churning through a lot of stuff on Netflix. And I think that was one of the things when we were like, oh, we really like that show. We should watch, the other 2 seasons or whatever that we hadn't finished. So yeah, that's where I'm at with those. I've also been reading a lot, which is weird to say because I've also like been binging these shows.
Yeah.
But I watch stuff sometimes like on my lunch break or like while I'm watching, eating dinner or whatever. But anyway, I've been reading a bunch, which has been great because I enjoy reading and I don't usually have time. So I finished my 4th book of the year
Nice.
so far.
You count graphic novels as books.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're books. They're stories.
Oh, I get it.
Takes me time to read them. Like there's words and things like
4 minutes an issue.
no.
10?
The one I
15?
just read, the super
No, like
one is like
an issue,
dense.
not like an issue. So like if a graphic
So like I
novel
read
has
12,
like
12 issues usually like
Yeah.
contain. Yeah,
yeah,
takes me more than 4 minutes to read an issue.
okay, 15 minutes.
I don't know. It depends on the this one I just read, the Supergirl one was
Was it
like,
written by Kevin Smith?
Oh, no.
It's got a lot of dialogue.
This one had a lot of dialogue though. It was
Is
a
it
lot of
Michael
this one-
Bendis.
Yeah, I don't know. But this
Brian Michael Bendis. That's it.
This is the one that the Supergirl movie is going to be based on.
Oh yeah, I saw that you
So
did
I
that.
was like, oh, I should probably. I've heard it's really good, and it is good. I'm curious to see it in movie form or some version of it in movie form, which that just started filming. But anyway, so I read that. I read 3 Body Problem,
Yes,
which I liked.
the first book.
The first one. I read this book called Backstage. I should tell you the full subtitle because the subtitle's interesting. I sent you a picture of it because you're like, what is that book? Because he mentions, was it Brand New?
Yes,
Or
and like
something.
Brand New was just this band, or this band was brand new before Brand New
Yeah.
stole their.
It's called Backstage, How I Almost Got Rich Playing Drums in a Christian Hardcore Band by Aaron Lunsford. So he was the drummer for a band called As Cities Burn, who I've been meaning to bring to the podcast. But they're one of those bands that like I feel like I need to play 3 songs by them so you get a sense of like kind of their evolution of their sound. Because that was kind of like part of the thing. But it was interesting as like a memoir and stuff and like hearing about that kind of scene and stuff and like that early to mid 2000s, Tooth and Nail, Solid State and stuff. And then I also just finished a great book called The Arena of the Unwell, which was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. That was like one of those ones like I didn't want to put it down each time I was reading it. Like it was very compelling writing. So it had a memoir feel to it, but it was fiction. Like it just felt like, you're living this person's life and stuff. And it was really interesting. And there's a fictional band in it. That's the name of you find out that's the name of it's like a fictional band that like went away and now they're back. And that's going to be their new album title, The Arena of the Unwell.
Okay.
But it also fits in with like the story, obviously. But it was really, really good. It's from a smaller press called 404 Inc.
Okay.
And the only reason I know about them is
it OH?
No.
Okay.
No, 404 like the error that you.
I gotcha. Yeah.
But the reason I found out about them is they were doing. They have this thing called Inklings. I think they're like smaller books.
Okay.
And they did I think each one they do like a Kickstarter to like get them going and stuff. They're like, here's the titles, and like if you contribute this much, we'll give you one of them, or you can get all 6 of them, or whatever. Because they're always like in these batches, and they're all like almost like long essays in a way, but like broken up in like book form about different things. Usually about things related to like pop culture or like socio-political or cultural things. There's the one that I got had to do about like Loki in popular culture. And so like obviously they reference like the Marvel Loki, but they also talk about like Loki and other forms and different things, and just like how that, like what Loki really was in Greek mythology and how he's kind of been interpreted and like what that means in the larger sense and stuff. And it was interesting. They've done some cool ones, but I was also then like on their website, I'm like, okay, well, what else do you publish besides these like Inklings books and things? And so that one was kind of hyped up, that Arena of the Unwell. I've owned it for like a couple of years, but I just now read it. And there's something else I read. Oh, I think it was Carrie Kills a Man. That was that was a memoir by this author, Carrie, who's a transgender woman, and the man she kills was her former self. I might have talked about it before on the podcast, but that was also a really good book. So I'm like, much like record labels, where it's like, oh, if I know that this band is out on this record label, I'm probably going to like them. That's kind of where I'm at now with 404. I'm like, I could probably go on there and buy anything, and I'm probably going to like it. I think I might have also have another like collection of short stories by another author from there that I liked. So I'll have to double check that. But yeah, I was kind of thinking of that. I was like, oh yeah, that's all. I never really thought about that too much, because like book publishers or publishing companies usually more broad based and whatever. But like, no, just like there's smaller record labels that cater to a certain sound or a certain scene or whatever.
Or even movie companies.
Oh, like, 100%. Like A24. That kind of thing.
Or what is the new one? Like Neon?
Yeah, I think so.
Neon's kind of blowing up.
The new A24.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, so like I want to get more into that, like more small press books and things. Oh, speaking of which, I may or may not have a book for you. I also have that record for you that I keep forgetting to bring.
Is it the Matt Damon of the podcast?
Yeah.
I still have that record for you.
Yeah. No, but there's a book that I may potentially have for you. So I went to Midtown Scholar the other day. Have you been there?
No, but I've passed it.
Okay.
Obviously.
It's great. I like it. I felt like a real hipster because when I was in there at first, I bought my coffee, because they have like a little coffee cafe thing. I bought my coffee, and then I sat and was working on my laptop for a little bit. I was like,
that's like totally
hipster. But I was meeting someone, and so I was like, well, I'm going to get some work done until they get here. But I was like, I also want to shop. So I'm going to get some books, like see what they have. But I bought this book in paperback form that I'm like, I think I have the hard copy, like a hard cover of this. And if I do, Bo gets it's a nice version of the paperback. So, but also you may not get it because I don't know that I have the hardback yet. I forgot to check.
Just got to double check.
But I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I bought this book because I would have bought this book. So hopefully, for your sake, I have the hardcover.
Oh, okay. For my sake.
For your sake, because then you get the other one.
Yeah.
But
I had band practice yesterday.
You did? How'd that go?
It went really well. First off,
First of all, there was a painting of you on the wall.
Sure. It's a venue called Little Giant, and it's run by
the cast of Little Giants.
The cast of Little Giants.
Rick Moranis, maybe?
Yeah, Rick Moranis. No, this guy named Brandon.
That's what he's doing now?
He's like a Pittsburgh musician, because this is in Pittsburgh. It's probably one of the best practice spaces I've ever been to, which I've been to. Like,
is that what it's meant to be?
It is, like we rented it out.
Word.
And he also like puts on shows there. It's tiny, like 50 people shows. But it's set up like a stage, but it's just like on a hardwood floor. It's like it's super nice.
Okay.
And like it's in this big warehouse that like connected to a bunch of different things. But
is it kind of like Rock Lidditz but on a small scale?
Yes, we'll say that.
Okay. But I mean, like, the point of it is to give you the feel of a performance space.
Kind of. So like, imagine if this room was empty, but then you had like a place marked out for a stage.
Yeah.
And like you have a backline set up, so drum set, bass amp, whatever.
You're describing what I'm saying.
Okay, and a sound system. Well, Rock Lidditz is more like we have this giant
No, but warehouse. I mean, but it's the same thing. The idea is that you have a space that feels like a performance space, but is not necessarily.
Yeah.
Right? Because so for those that don't know, Rock Lidditz it's in Lidditz, PA, which is like in the heart of like Amish country.
It is.
And when Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, insert big name artist here, is getting ready to do a tour, you have to practice with that stuff. You have to practice with the lights and the sound and the video screen and the
Tech Week.
Basically Tech Week for your show. And so like, instead of renting an arena,
because that's what you'd have to do,
renting a stadium to do that, they built a venue that's like an airplane hangar that mimics that thing. So that's what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's Rock Lidditz, but on
a very small
scale for a band of your size, which I think Rock Lidditz might also have, but probably more expensive than what you paid.
Definitely.
But that's a cool, and it's like such a niche thing, but it's also like that's necessary.
Yeah.
Right? Like
there was heat. That was like the best part. No, like it was really good. So we're gonna meet back up later this month.
Same spot.
Yeah.
Same bad time.
Yeah, like when the weather gets better, we have another place, but because it's freezing outside, it's like, let's not be in a garage. But
well, and again, you get the feel of the stage and the lights. And
and the sound system was like, it was great. And it was all turned on and it sounded great. And I could hear everything.
Amazing.
It was so
good. And then
good.
you go to a venue and
you can't hear anything. Yeah, because we're playing at a brewery in Bensalem.
Okay. Where's Bensalem?
It's south of Philadelphia.
Okay. I was thinking it was out that way, but I wasn't sure.
The show's already sold out.
Nice.
As of the recording of this, we have not been announced yet. And maybe even by the time this comes out, we have not been announced yet. But it doesn't matter because you can't get tickets.
Yeah.
Because it is sold out. We're here to talk about two tunes. So, I'm going first.
My first.
So, you know, like sometimes you're just listening. I have the Discovery thing and I'll play and it's like, oh, this is cool. And I'll pop it over onto the pod. So this guy's name is Kid Brunswick. I don't know a lot about them. I think they're from, the London musicians. So they're from London. He's 23, 24, somewhere around there. A lot of the names that are brought up are more like emo rap. So like Kenny Hoopla, Youngblood. I know that I don't know what these people are, like what their genres are. But that's what the names are. So if Kenny Hoopla and Youngblood are not what I just said, that's because I don't know. But I was like looking up like just like information about this person, and this article is like, I thought I'd be dead before I turned 20. And I'm like, at first I thought I'd like to be dead before I was like, what? Excuse me? Like that's like messed up. I don't think, but then I just read it wrong. But now he's straight edge. So apparently he had like some drug issues.
Okay.
And now he's straight edge. And that is like all of the information I have. This song like he looks like he could be. He takes some of the things in the article are like, oh, you know, I'm like, I want to be like, take some hip hop culture and add some rock culture, but then move it more towards rock culture. And I don't exactly know what he means by that, because he was like, in the one article, he's like, yeah, like it's the rapper and he has like one guitar player, and it's like, I want to move a little bit further. And it's like, so like be in a band. So I don't really know what he meant by that.
Okay.
But this just popped up, kind of sort of thing. Where what is it? The album's called The Fall Part 1, so hopefully there's part 2.
Hey.
And I think it came out fairly recently.
Okay.
This song's called Heaven Without You. The only thing that I kind of don't like, and I didn't notice it on the first listen, but I noticed it on every other ones, and I think he's pulling it from Post Malone.
Okay.
Like the vibrato.
Oh, in the voice? Yeah.
In his voice. And it's just like, okay. Like he
feel a little forced, you mean? Or just
kinda.
Okay.
Like did you notice it at all?
I didn't.
Like
I mean,
just
I'm gonna
when yeah, you'll notice it and be like, yeah, that's weird. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, Heaven Without You.
I'm sure it's worse when I'm gone.
Not that.
I bet the pain won't go away. I know that things went wrong, but I underestimated what you did to me. And I believe this is a night.
Like when he's more yelling, not like this low vocal part.
I never thought we were meant to be. You'll never know what you're meant to be. But I wish
That.
Yeah.
I could tell you. Without you.
That's an effect, though, right?
No, I think that's his voice.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a really fast vibrato.
I'm sure it's
I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
and I bet the pain won't go away. I know
Because I think Post Malone does it. And it's and I know that Post Malone is pulling it from, I think, from Dolly Parton, actually.
Okay.
Like a goat thing.
Okay.
That's how Post Malone referred
Like
to
a
it as.
yodely kind of. That feels fake.
Okay.
Like it maybe is his, but it's like exaggerated or
Okay.
something, you know, because it's so specific.
Yeah, I got you.
I think maybe if I regarded it at all when I was listening before, just thought of it, it was like
An effect.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sounds like, yeah, this is interesting to me. This, like, I don't know if I'm intrigued to listen to more, but it's good. Like, I like it for what it is.
I don't really hear any of the hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean, besides Post Malone, I can kind of hear like Post Malone type stuff.
Do you ever listen to MGK? Machine Gun Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's the same,
Yeah,
but like,
no.
he's also considered sort of like a rappy kind of.
Because he
but,
did
like,
rap, and
I
then he went
guess,
to
and
rock.
then went to like, yeah.
When he made the pop punk.
Yeah.
And now that you notice it, you're probably
Yeah.
annoyed by it.
No. Just. Yeah, it's like industrial
Yeah.
pop. Isn't not pop punk, but like pop rock
I wonder what
kind of.
it's like the album is actually categorized as. Go to album.
I feel like my
it's-
friend Scott would really like this.
It's categorized as metal.
Not sure.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually. All right, this is weird.
I'm gonna text my friend Scott and see if he's heard of.
So I'm
Two
wrong.
Brunswick.
That came out in 2023. So that came out a while ago. He has the Dead Forever EP now out, which is as what is it? Categorized as rock.
Yeah, that makes
So-
more sense.
Yeah.
I'm texting my friend Scott to see if he's heard of him.
And one song is featuring on the new one is featuring Beauty School Dropout. I know you probably have
from Greece.
Yeah, from Greece.
No graduation day for you. Beauty School Dropout.
Yeah, I don't know. I dig it. It's interesting. He says he grew up on like 90s bands, like Nirvana. So,
okay,
I dig it.
Yeah,
it's cool. I saved it. I listened to it more than once.
All right. That song or the whole thing?
I think I listened to the whole thing. I did so because we were at band practice. And actually, your song that you're gonna play next, there's a thing in it.
Okay.
Like the half step, like up, scoop up. I'm reminded of the Deer Hunter.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I haven't listened to the Deer Hunter in a while. So I decided to listen to all of the acts, or at least try. So like I was going and I was listening to the first act and I'm like, you know what? I'm getting hungry. And the first act was about to finish. And then I'm like, and then I went to eat. Or no. Oh, well, anyways, I stopped. And then I'm like, all right, I'll start the next act. It's like I was thinking, it's like, should I get gas? I don't need gas yet. Like I can make it closer to home and not get turnpike gas. So then I started act 2. I went and I'm like, oh, I should probably get gas pretty soon. And then the album was finishing as I was like getting gas there.
Deer Hunter guiding you home.
It was. And then I was like, all right, I'll start act 3. And I started act 3. And then as I'm pulling in my driveway, act 3 is ending. And I'm like,
you couldn't have done that again if you tried.
Yeah. Like chosen the
even
perfect.
Just the timing. Yeah. Like
and
the hungry thing is whatever, but like.
But it wasn't like I was timing things. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to stop until this album is done.
Yeah,
I was like, it wasn't like perfect. It was just like around. I'm like, well, the song's about to end. So like, awesome. So now I have like 4 and 5 to listen to today.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So who I brought is Jeremy Zucker and Chelsea Cutler.
Do we know? Have you talked about Jeremy Zucker before, or am I just thinking of?
Don't know. So
something else.
I'll be honest. I didn't really do research.
Awesome.
But they are both singer songwriters, like on their own.
Yeah.
And then they come together to make these albums called Brent.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. I dig that.
So they've done like a few different ones. But yeah, that's like kind of their thing. So we hosted, as of recording, like a week ago, we hosted an indoor show. So like indoor drum lines, color guards, dance groups, like that kind of thing. And we have, for the last several years, hired one of my former students to come in and basically be the DJ for the day.
Okay.
All he has to do as the DJ for the day is play the songs that the guard and dance groups are going to perform to. That's all we have. Like he technically has to do.
Yeah.
Right. So theoretically, he doesn't even need to be there until it's time for those groups to be on, or like a little bit before so they can sound check. But that's all that he has to do. But he's a big music lover, listens to a lot of things. He's smart, he's clever, whatever. He actually like kind of curates a playlist to play in between groups. And like as groups are coming on, that is kind of related to their show and their show title and stuff, which is pretty fun. He just does a good job with that. And like, I assume it's probably like kind of fun for him also to do that. Like it would be like that to me would be fun as well, to try to like curate a playlist based on these groups, shows and things. He does it for the drum lines too. So anyway, so he his name is Devin. He's a friend of the podcast. He's been listening like since day one.
Yeah.
Although he's like, I've kind of dropped off, and I'm like, it's okay. Like it's fine. Like it happens.
Where are you, Devin?
I know.
Bring us back.
We need you, buddy. But anyway, so there was like a good chunk of the day that I was just kind of sitting with him and just chatting like in between groups and stuff. And I had him play a couple songs, and he was like, we were just talking music and some different things and like different bands we've seen. And he was saying like he saw a lot of concerts last year, and he's going to try to go to even more this year and
I'm trying to do
different
that.
stuff. Yeah.
I got one.
And we were talking about some different things and like groups that he's heard from the podcast, or like that he already knew that we've talked about, or some different things. But he asked me, he was like, have you heard of Jeremy Zucker and Chelsea Cutler? And I said, no, I have not. And he's like, oh, you have to check out these albums that they have. They're all called Brent. And they just released like Brent 3 not that long ago. So I listened to Brent and Brent 3. I, for whatever reason, forgot to listen to Brent 2. But this is from Brent 3. This is the opening track. But yeah, yeah, they're both singer-songwriters, and like I said, they kind of come together for these Brent albums, EPs, different things, and they've done like different versions, and they've done a tour. This came out in November of 24, and this is the first track. But yeah, I just really like the sound overall. Mm-hmm. Some tracks are like a little more her, and some tracks it's a little more him, and then some tracks it's like a pretty good mix. It kind of depends on the tune and the stuff. But I just kind of picked this one because this was like, I don't know, the first one I listened to. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's a good introduction to their sound and who they are. So this is Ashes and Rust from Brent 3.
Backseat, 11 hours. Rinse off in the shower. Good night. Good night. Glued to your favorite chair. One deck for solitaire. I'm fine.
Oh, they apparently have a live album also.
I'm fine.
Brent live in New York and Brent live from the internet.
And I'll waste all the days in the August air, passing the time.
Also, I think Brent 3 is their first proper album. The others are more EPs.
She pours your wine.
On this album, 2 of the tracks, that was the thing. It was like, oh my God, I love that.
After all that you put us through, if you won't change for us, then at least have the guts to pretend.
They have 2 songs on this record that are just like their name under.
How could you live a life where you don't leave your love behind? Life is ashes and rust till we all turn to dust in the end. Oh, it's ashes and rust till we all turn to dust in the end. Used to the usual. Skip Devin's funeral. Oh dear.
This is weird. I'm starting to like hear things behind me, and I know it's the song. I'm like, what's going on?
A card when I graduate. A call on my birthday.
There's this song, now I can't remember who it's by, if it was these guys or somebody else. I've been listening to like a lot of newer music, like new to me music, I should say. And like just like churning through stuff. So I have to go back now and figure out like stuff I want to bring to the podcast or not.
Yeah.
And there was a song that just on purpose was like panning back and forth like in time, like but it did it a lot, and I was like, oh, this would be cool. Like I know you would like it just for that, or like it enough if you'd like, you know, if you'd like it the whole time that it was doing it. But I cannot remember who it was. Could be one of those Circus Trees songs, you know,
maybe
like from that. I don't remember, like, but.
I'm just looking at the waveform. It's so large.
Yeah.
Compared to the last song.
Yeah. To me, that's a good thing.
The louder is better.
No, but just like, but also they're smaller, right? Like it's not a brick,
Kinda.
basically.
Yeah.
There's dynamics.
Well, show you later.
Ashes and rust till we all turn to dust in the end.
I like that.
Yeah, I like them a lot. And thanks, Devin, for the recommendation.
Devin probably tried to tell us in the Discord. And
years
we weren't
ago.
there.
Years ago. Yeah.
So you need to listen to this.
Yeah. But no, I dig it. It's kind of cool. I forget how we even got on talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because I also, he just told me, because I was saying about Victoria Canal, and her new album just came out, which is really good. And he had not really listened to her, and like thanked me for that recommendation as well. So I don't remember if I thanked him for the Brent recommendation yet, but this is me doing it. So.
They should just release it as Brent.
Instead of both their names.
Yeah.
I think though both their names draws.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
There's probably a reason, obviously, but...
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out if live from...
Because it also made it harder to like search about that, like because you have to search both names and like...
Yeah. And Jeremy has a ton
of music.
Mm-hmm. Like so many EPs.
Mm-hmm.
And Brent started in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So much music.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I dig it.
Yeah, but I like him. I mean, I just want to listen more, like in general.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like I need to listen to Brent too, because I didn't listen to it, and then listen to the live things they did and stuff. Just hear more. I really dig their sound.
I'm wondering if Brent live from the internet is...
It was a COVID thing.
No, it's
2021, but
yeah. But Brent 2 was also released on 2021. And other things that like is JP Sax is popping up as like, you might like this too. Cool.
Yeah.
That's our show. Go join the Discord. Go tell your friends.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, do all the cool stuff that helps us out.
Find us on social media.
Yeah.
Leave us reviews on your podcast catcher of choice.
Or comments on Spotify. I hear that.
Oh, there's comments now on Spotify?
I don't know how to check them, but if you leave them, maybe we'll read them.
Yeah.
And we definitely read them on air.
Yeah.
Or on tape.
Also, I'm a big fan, whether you do it in Discord, send us an email, like ask us questions or other things.
Yeah, we do like special episodes of stuff. Let's look at our analytics. Do you know how many total downloads do you think we have?
14.
That is one of the numbers. That is the first number.
It's like that thing on
14,237. Okay. What's our average?
What do you mean average?
What's our average?
Like per episode?
Average episode downloads.
14.
Nope, it's 33.
Okay.
And then our average weekly downloads is 42.
What?
Because people will download older episodes.
Okay.
Like this is based on stuff. Like on January 1st, 25 downloads.
Okay.
All the bells. So many bells.
Yeah. Hey, my next book that I read, because I'm in between books right now.
Like, are you looking for recommendations?
Well, no, I have two that I'm choosing between.
Dude, the Pigeon Babble Maps episode did really well. 23 in one day.
5 of those are the dudes in Pigeon. Probably.
You're probably
because they all follow. As soon as I said that email. So, okay. So for folks, if you listen to the Pigeon episode, one of the things I said, I was like, they don't have an Instagram. I cannot find their, if they have one, I can't find it. But they have an email address and they have a Twitter. So I emailed them like before Bo and I left the room that we recorded in.
Where are they from?
Studio. They are from, I think, Atlanta.
Okay.
I think their Twitter handle is like Pigeon ATL or something. But before we left that day, I was like, I'm going to email them and just say, hey, you're going to be on the podcast in a couple weeks. Couldn't find your Instagram. If you have one, let me know, because we like to tag, the groups and whatever. And by the time I got to my car, what is that, a 30, maybe 45-second walk from here, I had an email back from them already and was like, here's our Instagram handle and whatever. And then also had been followed on Instagram by a couple of them.
Like you personally or just us?
No, the band or the podcast. Podcast. Excuse me. And then day of release, one of the members tagged us in a post. And was like, "Hey, thanks for featuring us. Here's our handle or whatever."
Here's a funny thing. So like, I'm looking at our analytics, obviously, and then like there's like a geolocation performance, and then like there's like red dots where things are, and you can see one's in LA, one's in Texas.
Okay. Texas is my friend Bonnie.
It's also our other friend.
Oh.
Gabriella. Anyways, one's in Mexico. One's like a bigger one is around here,
around Pennsylvania.
Like, around Pennsylvania.
So it's you, me, my friend Sarah.
Well, there's more,
my
right?
friend Chrissy,
and then one is like, oh, it's in the south, and then you zoom in, and it's right over top of Atlanta.
That's so funny.
It's like right outside Atlanta.
Thanks, Pigeon.
Oh crap! What am I doing? Yeah, it's like right outside. Oh, I moved. But anyways.
That's awesome.
And then I can zoom in. Brookhaven? Oh, it disappeared.
Oh, speaking of Atlanta, though, the Atlanta Space Quartet.
Oh, yeah, they're so good.
Their album came out, but I forgot. I haven't listened to it yet.
I'm so excited.
You haven't listened to it?
I have not either.
I have to, because I really like that single you brought. But anyway, the two book choices I have right now.
Yeah.
Because I just went through some old mail that I hadn't opened, and I forgot that I bought a book. So the movie The Watchers, did you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Was it The Watchers or was it just Watchers?
The Watchers.
Yeah.
It's recent, like 2024.
It's produced
horror,
by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. Anyway, I had meant to see that and then never did. But then also I forgot that I bought the book because I just opened it yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I've had it for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So there's that. I can read The Watchers, or I can read this book from the 30s, I think. Maybe the 40s. Maybe the 50s.
Wait, do The Watchers.
Do The Watchers?
Yeah.
Hang on, I need the other book title. Carson McCullers is the author.
Okay.
And the book is called The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. It's from 1940. It explores the isolation of misfits and outcasts in a small town of southern United States.
Cool. Do The Watchers.
Do The Watchers and then do that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.